dog is Bodie. He's a German Short-haired Pointer. He is 4 years old, and he's doing pretty well. The gun that I'm using today is a Henry Atkins. It's made in London, England. It was completed about 1920. It's got 26-inch barrels. It is a 16 gauge. I like the 16 gauge because of the old school nostalgia, and it's different. I just like things that are not the same as everybody else. And it's, you know, I've just fallen in love with the 16 gauge. The reason that I selected this gun is, or the English made guns, is just that the quality of the work. Back in the days when these were made, they were all handmade. The insides of this action look like a mirror. They're polished like a mirror. And I don't think you can get that in some of the guns that were made after that, especially not in the guns nowadays that are all CNC machined. This one has, to me, it's got soul. When I pick up a gun and I handle a gun, the first thing it's got to do is it's got to talk to me. And as funny as that sounds, it's how old is the gun, what were the people like that had it before me, and what did this gun see? And if it doesn't have those characteristics and doesn't talk to me, then I don't want the gun. You know, and I want to add to that story. I want to add my piece to this story so that the next person that gets this gun maybe, hopefully, thinks the same way and appreciates it as much as I do. The craftsmanship in this gun, the fit and finish of the wood, the engraving all being done by hand, you know, that's a bygone era. It just doesn't happen anymore.
So why did you pick this spot this morning?
Historically, it's been a pretty good spot. It's got diverse habitat. Has a distinct line between grouse cover and woodcock cover, and it's produced over the years. And it's not real hard walking, and it's a very large cover, so you could spend multiple days in here.
How long have you been coming to bird camp?
I think this is year 10. It is one of my favorite hunts of the year. The camaraderie, the people, the place. I mean, look at this. You know, this is why we do this, to see this. And the colors, the dogs,
it's right here.
The birds,
not going back out,
the people. And up here, you're not, in this area, you're not fighting for spots as much as you are in other places.
So with this being the first day of camp, what are your expectations for this hunt for today?
Well, we've had a good bit of rain. It is wet up here, so I'm hoping to get into the woodcock this morning, see if any of the flight birds have come in, and just spend a good day out in the woods. It's sunny, you know, the colors are here, watch the dog, and just have a good time. There are no expectations. You set expectations, you're setting yourself up for a disappointment.
There it goes. Good boy, Bodie.
He's sniffing it up.
It's going left.
Find a Bodie. Find a Bodie. He smells something, but he's not quite sure where. It could be, usually if it's close, he's a lot more intense. And a lot of times he'll go on point like that, and I think maybe the bird will run out from under him. But he does relocate. If I get close enough to him, he'll relocate.
Well, what happened there? Weren't ready for it?
Feet in the wrong place. Everything you could do wrong is wrong.
Well, that's the first grouse of the day,
Yeah.
of the camp.
Yeah. It goes back that way. But there's...
Yeah. There it goes. Nice shot. Oh, another one.
Find it. Find it. Find it. Good boy, Bodie. Oh, that's a woodcock.
Yeah.
I thought I was looking for a grouse. Good boy, Bobo. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. How about that? Good job, Bodie. Good job, Bobo. Yeah. All right. So I think one of my favorite stories with Bodie is when he was 2 years old. I think it was the first time he was out in Iowa. I really didn't know how he was going to handle pheasants. But we were in this big open field that had a ditch on it and a big 75-yard strip of milo that ran for 500 yards. And I watched him come out to the edge of it, run all the way down, and the wind was from our back. So he ran straight away from us, out about 500 yards, and they cut into that milo and started working it back towards us and pinned a rooster that we shot and got. But, I mean, those are the kinds of things that you really like to see because you can't teach that. Dog that trusts its own nose and does what it's supposed to on a bird that it's never seen before. So that was pretty cool. So Bodie surprises me a lot with what he does. The genetics are a huge thing.
He's a great dog. He's done a nice job so far this morning. Did not get him.
Clean as shit, shot behind him. I think I'm going to follow this little finger back behind me, around, and then cut over to the next one and follow it back that way. That way we're kind of back and forth, kind of close to this hard edge, but it seems to be where a lot of the birds are, where we're getting a lot of these little puddles. And we got shade. What do I think Bodie thinks of me? My dog thinks of me. Bodie's pretty aloof, but I've noticed what appears to be, he looks at you for approval. He's one of those dogs that when he looks at you, it's like he's looking right through to your soul. I mean, he makes dead eye contact. He's not just looking at you, he's looking at you. And I think he's looking for approval. He likes to please. He likes to learn. But he's not a dog that takes pressure. So you've got to try to find ways to make him learn stuff that in a way that he's not being pressured or thinks that he's learning something. How do I think Bodie feels about me? I think that there's some loyalty. I'm that guy that takes him out to do that stuff that he has a lot of fun with. I feed him. I play ball with him. At night, he lays next to me on the couch. So I think there's, and I hesitate to use the word love, because that's a human emotion that I don't know that animals necessarily have, at least not in the respect that we think. But I think that he gets comfort when he's around me doing the things that he likes to do. And that's why I think he likes to try and please. That's why I don't have to tell him really to do anything when we're out here like this today. I think that only comes with time and experience with the animal. A lot of times you don't have to say a word. They know your body language. They know you're a team when you walk through that woods or anything like that. They are a part of you. And I don't know that other animals can't do that same thing, but I think the bond between a bird dog and his handler, or any type of a hunting dog and the handler, is unique. I think it's special, and I don't think that everybody that has a dog in the city and that know that. Where else can you go and have a dog that'll run anywhere from 50 to 300 yards away from you and be able to find you and stuff like this? I just don't think that a lot of dogs can do that. So I think it's breeding, I think it's genetics, I think it's trust. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer.
There it is. Right there. Oh, good boy. Good boy, Bodie. Good boy. Come on, let's go. Get the bird. Get the bird. Come on.
Somewhere up in here.
Get the bird. Come on. Come on. Bird.
See? See? Okay. Okay.
My name is Jason Klock. I live around Kalamazoo, Michigan. I've been invited to bird camp. This would be my 4th season. I knew Chris growing up, and he knew I had short hairs, so that's where I ended up, was an invitation that was, I actually had time to take up and enjoy the trip. So
So you were brought in by Chris.
Chris, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
we've
had an empty spot.
nice.
So, yeah.
And you said how was it, 4 years?
This is my fourth
year.
Yep.
So we came in at about the same time, I think.
We did. We did.
Okay.
You crossed the Great Divide and missed camp,
That was,
and
yeah,
I made
yeah.
it. So, a typical day with my dog. So I am fortunate to have a puppy this year, so it's changed immensely. My 9-year-old short hair, used to be we would hit the ground at every spot I could find 6-7 hours a day and try to get four different hunts in at some capacity. This year has been quite different. I'm still getting 4 hunts in, but they're as productive, but totally different. So that's my year this year.
Okay.
Trying to get the pup her first one and still keep the older dog involved,
Interested.
engaged, and
Yeah.
not mad in the truck. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I
It's work to have.
am trying more and more to be more ritualistic with making the dog wait to put her collar on before she gets out of the truck. So I try to get my collars turned on, get things hooked up, make the dog wait, put the collar on in the kennel, drop the dog on the ground, try to make sure my water jugs are filled and all my other things are ready to go. But obviously you miss that, I don't know, once a day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm started a log this year just to remember where and when, and look back for next year to say, this cover was good in the morning or in the evening, or trying to keep a better idea of where I was and how it went.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That's
So
smart.
yeah,
Smart.
I should have done it 20 years ago. I'd have a lot more data. But I'm finding this year it allows me to not even think about the last hunt, and then you can replay it at the end of the day. So it's not, allows you to almost erase it and say, all right, on to the next spot, figure it out, and then go back throughout the week and go, oh yeah, this meant this moved here. Focus on the dog and not the information you're trying to hold through the day. Your counter at the end of the day might say 20 and 10, and you're like, was that 2 here, 3 here? Or, you've driven all over and you're like, where did I see though? And they all kind of go together. So now you're at least breaking it up and saying, yeah, these were here, these were here. Maybe I need to go back there the end of next week and see if they're still there, or go back to camp and find out that your buddy was in there 2 hours later, and you at least can go, oh, what did you see? Well, how are these so different? And then maybe figure out, is it a time? Is it the direction? Did you move them one spot and he just found them and moved them back? Or it's hard to say.
That's great insight.
It's great information at camp. You're like, you went there? Yeah. Oh, well, we obviously didn't see each other, but how did you get in and how did you get in? And, was it clockwise, counterclockwise, straight through the middle?
Yeah.
You get some different information that way. So I hunt with German Shorthairs. We had them growing up. I tried the drop game and I enjoyed it. I prefer to not run hares and deer. Now I'm not saying they're not gonna, but they seem to ignore them a little bit more than some of the other breeds, at least for me. And I like their range. I mean, we're getting, my older short hairs doing 40 yards, and that wasn't enough, so I got one with a little more, hopefully a little more horsepower, and she's doing 80 to 120 and returning. So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And now I just have to groom that into what I'm looking for. And they're perfect house dogs for us.
Yeah.
The wife and the kids, and
So
they
do you
just meet our need at the time.
So do you what trait about your dogs do you value most?
probably the ability to have them well, you have them 12 months out of the year, but you only use them 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3. So they got to be decent house dogs, or you can't. It's hard to have them around. I don't have them in a kennel.
Yeah.
They're in the house,
Yeah.
so
They're family members.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So they got to be good with the wife and the kids and
Yeah.
people coming over. So,
Makes perfect sense.
but with Callie, I think she got it probably at 5. We had a long trip through the woods with Woe for 2 weeks at the beginning of the season. I actually didn't go to a camp that I normally put together with my brother-in-law, so I had time just myself and the dog, and so we went for a long, frustrating walk and had some conversations in the woods to remind us both why we're here and that you are a pointing dog, not a flushing dog. That's when she really got it. And then to have your buddies tell you that she does really well,
Okay.
even though you don't believe it, super helps the situation.
Yeah.
Because you don't always see it. Because you're mad and you're like, what the heck? And then they're like, "Pfft, leave it.
Yeah. It's
It'll
all
be
good,
fine.
brother. Yeah,
It'll
that's
be
exactly
totally
what you
fine."
want. Yeah.
Now, Ember, this week, she gets it. You know it. In the beginning of the summer, she was running wild at 400 yards, 300 yards. Not good. She's been out 2 weekends before camp, and she was getting much better. This week at camp, I can say that she gets why she's here. We just haven't put all the pieces of the puzzle together yet. She's casting at 80 yards to 120 yards, coming back behind me, grabbing my foot trail and running between my legs and doing it again and again. It's what you want out of a 1-year-old dog.
Yeah.
We've been able to fire the gun over her. She gets super excited. We actually parked here today amongst another group hunting a quarter mile away, and she got out of the truck and heard gunfire and has chose to perk her ears up and see if there's a bird flying around instead of. So I think it's all coming together. We're just putting a giant jigsaw puzzle together, and I get fortunate to get a piece every once in a while that, I don't know, fits the border. So we're putting all the border pieces together right now, and I think if we can get that all put together, that'd be a successful season this year. Callie was by no means a known situation. I bought a dog off a Facebook post that
Yeah.
you would hope turns out to be a good hunting dog. The gal knew that she had a decent breeding, but couldn't tell you anything about the father. They had the mother. It was a wild guess. She's been the best family dog you could ever have. However, Ember was on purpose. Like there's a breeding of a mother and a father that was on purpose, that was put together for a purpose to make better hunting dogs, and I truly believe that that was the direction that I looked towards, and that's the difference. Like Callie was intentionally, I need a German short hair that's a good family dog and hopefully can hunt too.
Stay recording.
This one I needed a German short hair that could
Go ahead.
hopefully hunt better and still be a good family dog, and I think I've got that now.
And where did you get Ember from?
Ember is a cross between Nate Sitka and a Crosswinds kennel dog, Pee-wee.
And so Nate from
Nate
our
from
camp, right?
Has the bitch, and then they searched out a little bit more, a little smaller and a little more high energy Crosswinds dog to hopefully give them a little more push. And I think we've found that.
Excellent.
Callie does it once a year to me, but Nate and I'll get hunting somewhere, and he notoriously will shoot a grouse or two, because there's something about not having the dog where you get to see more birds, which is totally fine. And he shot a grouse this year, and she completely picked it up, looked him in the eyes, and said, "I'm taking that one over here," and handed it to me. So I get his birds. It's pretty nice. Then I give them back because I don't want to carry them. But
Yeah, who wants to carry somebody else's bird? But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I did that to my uncle for years in camp.
yeah,
His Brittany's would always take the woodcock I shot back to him, and I just made him carry him. But I try not to, carry other people's birds for them if I can help it. But
full circle.
full circle. It's
Yeah.
it's fantastic to watch them. It's interesting that you stand right there and be like, "Hey, just bring it right here," and they're like, "Nah, no, I know a guy that's way more special. I'll take it to him." So, yep.
That's priceless, man.
And I at least got an anti-inflammatory and anti-diarrhea and a general antibiotic,
Yeah.
just for
And did
just
that
to carry.
Yeah. Did that help you out
case-
this year?
It did. I needed an anti-inflammatory for the pup when you run her for 18 miles for 2 days straight. You shouldn't do those types of things. You shouldn't put your dog on the ground for 18 miles one day and then turn around and do it again the next day in search for one or two more birds. But no, I did. I put a conscious effort to see the vet, and then I got a skunk kit because I just don't know what she'll get into,
Yeah.
and it's not worth trying to find all the ingredients when you're out in the middle of the woods somewhere.
Scrambling. Yeah.
We were fortunate to be gifted some porcupine kits that include a little 1-inch piece of pipe and a hemostat from one of the other camps that we visit with. And I always try to at least keep an antiseptic gel, some sort of sports wrap that you can put on for at least 10 minutes before they chew it off, and a couple towels.
If your dog could talk, if it could tell you what they feel about you, what do you think they would say?
They would say that I'm all right, but my wife and kids are better.
Why do you say that?
Well, somebody has to discipline them. And my kids are better. My wife and I probably discipline, not harsh, but the same.
More strict?
Or strict. My daughter, she's got them tied right up. My son won't admit it. But he's got it for him. Especially the little one. He'll tell her that it wants her to go away, but you know better. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, he's a little shed. He's like, I don't want you around. And she's like, yes, you do. Yeah, he wants so bad to not love him, but he knows better. Yeah, this camp is unique for me. Most other camps, most other trips, most other things, I cook 90% of the time. At home, I cook all the time. So this is a unique and fun camp for me because I cook the one meal I'm asked to cook, and then when nobody wants to make breakfast or whatever, I enjoy cooking, but my role in camp here is to fill in the gaps. Is that the right way to put it? Like, I don't feel like I have a specific role, which is fantastic. You're not stuck into one thing. But yeah, just to find the little spots that are missing and help when you can. At least for a handful of us, we have a hard time crossing the bridge and not stopping at Clyde's. It's not a camp ritual, it's a getting to camp ritual. Because everybody comes at different times, but it seems as though Clyde's by 10:30 is kind of a thing to do. In camp, it is a mad dash to get all your stuff out of your truck and into the camp so that you can put your truck set up for the week to hunt. It's so nice to get your sleeping bag and your food containers and your coolers and everything out to where you can just get down to hunting. And then I think camp wouldn't be camp if you weren't harassing Kaz.
Okay, man, let's go.
So,
Ready? Woohoo!
bless that guy's heart.
He does
takes
take a
it well.
beating.
It's not his fault. Just so happens that
Camp couldn't be camp without Kaz.
no, he steps into it one way or the other, and so bless his heart. But this camp is maybe the reason that I actually started a log this year. This camp is very ritualistic in getting back to camp and reporting what you've seen for the day, and at least recording it so you can look back from year to year to see how things are going. And we also took it upon ourselves to weigh every woodcock that is shot, and there is a woodcock trophy that gets passed around annually to whoever shot the largest woodcock. Name that however you wish, but that is ritualistic to camp. At least in the 4 years I've been coming, that has been an annual thing. I think we're on our 3rd year with the trophy. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the person who shot the largest woodcock had to bring the gift for the person for the next year. And I believe that Chris said that he was going to buy the last gift, and it was going to be for the now moving forward. So we have a trophy, and one of these years the person that wins it is actually going to get an engraved plate put on it, like a Stanley Cup or something like that, so we can keep track of every season. You must plug the coffee pot in if you're the first person to wake up past 4 o'clock in the morning. That's a must, because there should be coffee ready by 6 or 6:30. The infamous Facebook Messenger. Some of us have to use our wife's account because we're too lazy to set up our own. But or some of us use our wife to convey the messages because we don't have one at all, which is totally fine too. But it is a nice platform to have 7 to 10 guys on, keeping up with before camp, after camp, what you forgot when you were at camp and you left early, or whatever the case may be, or hey, maybe you should pay for camp before you go to camp. That's always on there, and I always like to be last, so camp payment. I hope it made it to Shannon before camp started. Because Joe won't take cash.
Yeah.
I'm from different backgrounds. probably all with the same purpose, to find like-minded people in the grouse woods that want to enjoy their dogs and the people and the food all the same, I would say. Certainly not the same people. Like, everybody's definitely got their own attributes and desires, either from the field. You know, you got guys that want to take pictures of their dogs pointing, you got guys that don't want pointing dogs, and you got guys that would really like to just shoot the bird that's on point. And that's a huge spectrum of people. But it's a great, it shows the diversity in the game, in the process, in the field. And it's nice. It's a good mix to know that not everybody's out there wanting to put 20 miles a day on their feet. And there's a mutual respect for the guy that wants to take the picture over there and wants to shoot 2 birds a season. Hey, buddies, he's enjoying his dog as much as you are. So, the same? No. Big difference? Probably not either.
Yeah.
I would recommend bird camp to anyone. Bird camp, or any get-together, bird, ice, fishing, any camp setting. Just find a group of people with the same desire, whether that is to be fishing, hunting, camping, hiking, and just go enjoy their company. It really, that's what it's for. It really is. So,
Good answer.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.